Hey everyone, what is up? Welcome back to Fate Zero. Today we will be doing episodes 6 through 9. I'm kind of excited for these episodes. Obviously I'm excited, or I wouldn't be here. But I'm excited for these episodes because there's a few things that I think could happen that I'm looking forward to. So one of the big things is we have to get through Lancer soon, right? We have to deal with him. Because as long as he lives, Saber's left hand is missing a tendon, right? And that's kind of a big deal. We also haven't really seen Caster much yet, besides him just kind of generally existing. Like, we haven't seen him fight or anything yet. And so I'm looking forward to Caster's first real appearance, which I feel like could very well be this episode. And plus, we still got Tokiomi and Kirei and what's going on with them, and the fact that Kiritsugu knows what's going on there. So there's a lot of stuff that could start picking up this episode. The last two with the fight, with the fight was really good. Or they were really good, whatever. But I'm excited for this set of episodes. I could see it having still a good amount of action while progressing the plot a good amount. But anyways, I'm ready to go ahead and jump into this. For those of you that are watching along, I got a great suggestion to just kind of give you guys like a countdown to help you sync. So go ahead and get ready to sync up. I'm just going to go count down from 5 and to go. So let's go ahead and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Hopefully that helps you guys stay synced a bit easier. Jeez, they are speeding. Speed demon. What the? Good lord. They're gonna get in a car crash and die. Pedal to the metal. She finna kill someone. Oh, it's Caster. Yep, that's what I was thinking. Oh, good lord. So Caster is making his appearance. Um, they were zooming in that car. I must admit, I'm kind of surprised Saber let her do that, but it is what it is, I guess. I had to make sure I was on the right episode. Probably would have told me at some point, but it would have been awkward if I wasn't. You know, I actually haven't read these lyrics once yet. I really like the OP though. I'm not surprised I like the OP as much as I do though. It's first of all, it's UFO table, but also I think this is uh, I recognize this singer. They're really good. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. The main episode. That's creepy music. No. Yikes. That boy just got the wrong impression. He thought it was someone else. This this probably feels like a trap. This dude is mad. Literally, he's insane, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, no kidding. So, Saber really just give him. Why would Saber give him her name? That just seems. No, not quite. I wouldn't say that. Jeez. Split that road. Dude is so convinced. What? What was that? Bro is so convinced. My left arm sealed? I feel like it's not much of a seal if it's literally just an injury. Oh my god. This dude. Oh my goodness, he is. I don't even. These guys are so weird. Goodness, man. They just have 11 people waiting in the halls. They're so upset that he ruined his work. Goodness, man. Yeah, something like that. Does that even make sense? Wouldn't it just disappear? Ryu. I mean, fair. Ooh, come for his neck. What, Caneth? What, by being a ridiculously powerful mage, or? Oh, no. He has an unfair advantage. Ah. He's up in his ear, bro. They getting attacked, or? I guess it'd be quite a coincidence. Yeah, seems likely. So I gotta attack at some point. Good lord. Excuse me? This boy got a lot of traps laid out. I'm feeling they're not gonna do anything, really, given that it's Saber, but. Oh, yeah, okay, Kiritsugu. Okay, Kiritsugu. That boy's a capper. Imagine they snipe him, they don't even have Saber and Lancer fight. Is she about to blow something up? Oh my god! He's just bringing the building down! What? Bro, there's just no way. Is it really gonna be that simple? Yeah, most mages. Akira? Yep. Uh-oh. Perhaps. She dead? It's got to be someone else here. Well, no, we do know Kirei is that cracked. Yeah, I was gonna say he threw a sword, bro. Oh man, she might be screwed. She get away? Well, that's good. Interesting. It's kind of important information. God, they're demented, man. Not even much else you can say about them. No, it doesn't seem like it. A master who doesn't want to restrain him. Yeah. Or else the jig is up. Oh my god. They cheating. Want somebody a little more interesting. Like Kirei. That boy's dripped out. What is that like reflection? That's supposed to be like the root? And this is where the what is your motive comes in. Yeah. Yep, there it is. Hmm. Where it's so easy. Yeah. Yeah, no kidding. I'm not trying to be any part of that philosophy. I find him very interesting too. Gilgamesh giving him a sit down. I mean, fair, I guess. I think that leaves you with plenty of time, but I'm trying to find somebody interesting here. Well, based on what we've heard, that doesn't sound very hard. Just wait until he hears about Saber. Boy's sipping on that wine. This all just feels so wrong to me. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. It's like I feel like I've seen a few people mention this, but I really do agree. Like, feels like they kind of retconned uh, the stuff that happened in Stay Night because they specifically say at this point he had already realized, like even like before his wife, right? So like well before this, he had realized that he doesn't take pleasure in good acts. He takes pleasure in like acts like hurting, like causing suffering, essentially. I don't necessarily hate him like finding that here. It just feels like I mean, it is a retcon, right? And so it feels kind of wrong, you know? Um it's not like a huge deal, but it's a little I don't know. I think so far that one's bothered me a little more than Saber feeling different. She also does feel a bit different. She feels like more carefree than you would expect after Fate's Stay Night. I mean, like giving up her name like freely to a servant, just because they gave theirs first. I don't like. She never did that. I mean, and like the easiest way to think about it is when she figured out exactly who Lancer was. When she figured out he was, Cuchulainn. She wasn't like, hey, I'm Arturia, King of Britain, right? Just to be fair, right? Like she didn't do that. So her actively telling Castor, like, oh yeah, you gave me your name, so for the sake of fairness, I'll give you mine. That feels wrong. Um, it's not like ruining Zero for me. It's really not. It's just strange. Kyrie's, I think, I don't know, because again, this is like sacrifices made for the sake of like plot. Saber's, I don't know if that's really a plot sacrifice. I feel like that was just her being written a bit differently. Kyrie, I think his is a bit more of a plot sacrifice. I think it's just more interesting if he finds these answers with Gilgamesh. Like for the story of Zero. I was perfectly content with how it was in Stay Night. But I feel like as long as they write it decently well, it's not gonna bother me too much. I'm always gonna. Well, I don't want to say always. I'm probably still gonna prefer how it was in Stay Night when he already had his answers going into this war. And like before his wife, I think that's the better backstory. But I can understand why they do this one, right? Because there are concessions they have to make for the sake of this being an interesting anime, such as Saber not just absolutely rolling everybody, right? The impression we got from Fate Stay Night was Saber rolls everybody besides Gilgamesh, right? For the most part, like that's basically what I remember, right? And I mean, even if I'm wrong about that, I don't know. But like they can't do that, right? That'd be a really boring watch. It'd be really fun for momentarily to watch Saber Excalibur 5 different servants and then 1v1 Gilgamesh, right? But it wouldn't make for very interesting television, right? Like 25 episodes. No. So I feel like that's just kind of another sacrifice they're making for the sake of this being an interesting show. So far, I really do think it's an interesting show. I feel like maybe like I'm kind of complaining about the characters feeling a bit different, but overall, it doesn't bother me enough that I suddenly don't like the show, or it doesn't even really negatively impact my opinion much. So I just want to kind of get that out there. Maybe if they do something like really bad, like it could bother me. But right now, where it's just Saber's personality feels different, and that's weird. But it's not gonna ruin the show for me. It just kind of messes with the continuity of things. And it's the same with Kirei, right? I mean, that's kind of my take on that. I'm still enjoying Fate Zero so far. But anyways, let's talk about this episode in and of itself. So we kind of learned Castor's motivations here. We knew that he was seeking somebody, right? And he thought he was really sure that person was Saber, but it was not. It was Joan d'Arc. And that's not Saber. He's fully convinced it is, though. And so he's gonna keep seeking her and following her and like trying to free her soul. He's a strange one. He's a strange one, man. We and we switch. Kirei learns of Castor and his location and what he's doing, as well, which is a big thing. And something the big thing that comes of this is it seems like the pastor is like going to try to get everybody to gang up on Castor and them because of the fact that they're blatantly breaking like every rule imaginable right now. So he's gonna like alter the rules a bit, probably try to get them all to target Castor. If they just get mobbed on, that'd be kind of hilarious. But something's probably going to happen regarding that. I have a feeling we're going to probably just try to deal with Castor relatively soon. Um, and of course you have Lancer's master in that building, and they evacuate it and think they're gonna do some awesome fight, right? Like Lancer's gonna get his chance to 1v1 Saber again, and the professor is gonna have all of those traps set up, right, and magic defenses, right, and instead it just gets blown up. Oh man, that was honestly so shocking, but so funny to me. Something about Kiritsugu, like, yep, nice magic defenses. You didn't survive that 150 floor fall though, or meter, or whatever he said. Basically saying, yeah, your magic defenses aren't gonna save you from that fall, Brody. Um, that's hilarious to me. So, I mean, it's yet to be confirmed if he's actually dead. Um, a fall like that in a like collapsing building, it seems likely. I'm gonna operate under the assumption that he very well could be, but I mean, we're watching anime, right? Somebody's not dead until you see them on screen. You might as well get like a heart rate monitor, and if it says anything except 0, they're somehow gonna live. And you know what? Even if their heart rate goes to 0, half the time they're still gonna live somehow. That's just how anime is. Although Fate hasn't exactly been scared to kill off characters, so I wouldn't be surprised if he really did just die. We'll see soon, though. And then obviously the biggest one there at the end was Kirei's scene with Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh starts finding him interesting because Kirei doesn't understand pleasure, right? He's never really found it in this rendition of Fate. Obviously in Fate Stay Night by now he's realized what he defines as pleasure, and it's suffering, and that's a big part of his character. I prefer that backstory. I want to make that. I already said that. Like, I'm just trying to make that clear. I like that more. But we're working with what we have here. He's trying to find this answer with Gilgamesh, and I'm guessing he's eventually gonna do him and Gilgamesh are gonna do something, and he's gonna relish in the suffering, right, caused by this. And he's gonna find his answers. So getting to that point is gonna be kind of interesting. But that was this episode. I mean, that was a solid episode. I can't really say it's what I expected, but it was a solid episode that I enjoyed. So let's go ahead and move on to episode 7. And again, I will give you guys that countdown to sync it a bit faster. All right, go ahead and get your episode ready. We're going to go ahead and start the countdown to start the next episode. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, starting episode 7. Okay, here's like the emergency response team. Does that mean he lived somehow? Uh-oh. Do not touch that thing, Brody. You touch that thing, you're toast. You're done. Yep, that's it. What is that? What was that? I'm trying to think. I mean, the closest thing it resembles is like the shadow from Stay Night, but it was clearly not that. So I'd say probably just something to do with the Grail is a safe assumption, but or it could just be some magic that the professor had been using. I don't know. It's intriguing. I'm just waiting to see an actual Excalibur, bro. Oh, well, that's quite a reward. Is that how that works? That's wow. He just gets to snatch those up from the dead masters or those who forfeit. So what? They all sent. Yeah, they all had like something they're watching. Familiars. Yep, of course. Yep, anime logic. I knew he. I told you guys. You have to assume they're dead, but it wouldn't be surprising at all in any way whatsoever if they were alive. Bruh, he's really encouraging some kill stealing right now. What did he order? Oh my god. What? This. No, he's got a point. He has a point, though. A boy just wanted some drip. You're a little tall for that, bro. XL? That boy, that's not XL. That's like 10 XL. Ain't no way that's his motivation, bro. What? This dude for real just vibing in the modern age. Be at a temple. Yep. If possible, yeah. It is definitely to your benefit. She just get ignored. So obviously he's fine. Not very happy with this arrangement. You're right not to. Definitely is. Saber's just getting ignored. Poor Saber. Oh my god. No, not really. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yep. Whoa, what was that? That scene felt like it came out of nowhere, but a bit more vulnerable than you'd expect. Yikes. He's gonna he's gonna kill those kids, bro. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my god. Yeah, that looks like a trap, bro. Wait, are they all dead already? That's an understatement. That's the understatement of the century. Oh, and get baited. Just having none of that though. This dude. These things are disgusting, bro. Got Cthulhu up in here. That would help. That's a lot of mana. I mean, that's true. But is the forest safer? What is that? Oh, the magical barrier. The barrier field. Yeah, that makes sense. That boy has done a lot of sacrificing. Bro cannot accept that this is not. Oh man. Yikes. Well, Saber wrecked. Oh, this dude literally will not just let Saber die. It's kind of wild, but I guess that's a good enough reason. Bro. Bro, Saber just belongs to everyone here, huh? But I will murk you once Caster dies. Fair. They got some mop Caster. Oh, there's the master. Ah, that's what was on the building. He gonna come out? Or does he want no parts of that? Maybe he's got him in the scope already. Hmm. On camera. That accomplished nothing. That bubble is quite strong, huh? That is not doing anything, bro. I'm sorry, what? This boy got some time alteration. Cracked. That is. That's quite fire. Boy, he does not care if you see him as a coward. Hmm. Does he actually have a chance here? What is that gonna do? Oh, okay. So he's planning on, yeah, he's like, see, it can't detect my heart rate if I, like, turn it off. What's he gonna turn the corner? It's blam. A little too slow. Oh, he's got him where he wants him. Oh, tell me that thing can penetrate that barrier. Oh my. Kiritsugu's got some tricks in his bag. Fire. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty clean. So this is another pretty solid episode, I'd say. I don't remember. Where okay, so we start with the okay, so that's how Candace survived, right? He used whatever that mercury like thing is, and probably like encased himself in it, and that was transported out of the building. So okay, that would make sense as to how he survived then, not just like complete anime BS. He tanked that or something. Um, that makes sense. Um, hmm. What else? We'll just kind of go through here in a second. We're like right at the ending, so I'm gonna just let it play out. Probably don't need to let this play out every time, but it's a good song, so I'm choosing to. All right, so obviously that incentive right there to defeat Caster, an additional command spell. I mean, that's huge. Um, I didn't even know they could do that, but I guess when somebody surrenders from the war, they have to give up their command spell. So it makes sense that somebody has them, I suppose. Um, that's quite an incentive, and so obviously people are gonna duke it out with Caster. And this whole scene was just hilarious. Do I have to, bro? He's gonna work to defeat a servant and get some pants, bro. He wants to walk around town. I Their interactions are always so funny to me. I really enjoy watching both of them. Of course, we had that little confrontation between Saber and Kiritsugu. They just they just don't agree on a lot of things. Like Kiritsugu's not apparently using Saber to the fullest, and she takes that as an insult. And right now, he seems content on leaving those kids if it gives him some kind of advantage. And Saber's not very happy with that. And obviously, he has this little breakdown. It's like it's getting too much for him. I'm guessing, like I'd say, the weight of his sins, right? But Irie basically is telling him, like, you know, even if we run away, you would buckle under that guilt. And I mean, that's pretty much what happens. He doesn't run away quite like this, right? He destroys the Grail instead, right? And it's still so much guilt. It took Shiro living the tragedy to really save him, and even then, eventually, that just wasn't enough, you know? So, I mean, this scene kind of came out of nowhere, but it makes a lot of sense that Kiritsugu, even if he's like a hardened killer, he actually has things to lose at this point. And so it makes sense that he'd kind of like buckle like this. But eventually, you know, he does what he has to. Caster is something else, man. Absolutely terrible. I literally like murdering and torturing children to lure people out. And then using the one that was saved as bait to actually capture Saber. Good lord. Of course, that fight starts. Fire music. Lancer in with the rescue. we'll take the help. We're not going to say no. Obviously, they're just vying for a shot at Castor, but there's a very real chance in the next episode we take out Castor and Lancer. I doubt they're going to have us take out two people in the same episode, but it's possible. Because Lancer's master might be about to get capped by Kiritsugu. And I doubt they're going to let Castor leave this forest alive. But I could see one of them pulling out and surviving. But obviously that fight scene between Kenneth and Kiritsugu, that was a lot of fun. Kiritsugu, he's got some tricks, huh? I mean, he was the first one to use a reality marble here. Not really, of course, but just kind of funny. That's what Shiro ended up really using. That was like his noble phantasm, and even though like the use of these is strongly discouraged, or even I think it was outright banned, reality marbles, right? And Kiritsugu uses them too. Kind of funny, I guess, to me. But he has some tricks in his bag, like the double speed and the slowing his heart rate. That felt like something. Literally, it feels like something straight out of JoJo. Kind of insane. A pretty cool fight scene, and he looked really confident when he pulled that last gun out, right? I feel like that thing like pierces magic, right? You can see that little smug grin, bro. He's got him right where he wants him. So I feel like Kenneth might be toast. Of course, it's anime. There's a good chance he has a way out of this. But I can't see Castor and Kenneth surviving like the next episode or two. This was another really good episode. I really enjoyed it. Let's go ahead and just jump right into the next one. I'm excited to see like this action continue. So on to episode 8. All right, go ahead and load up your episodes if you haven't already. Just pause until you have it. We're gonna go ahead and begin the countdown to start the next episode. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. Let's hope nothing happens to Iris. That would be about as bad as it gets. It would probably right to leave, of course. Oh, another one. Uh-oh. 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 We're gonna finally see them start duking it out. That's part of what has excited me, is to see their rivalry, right? So I'm excited to finally see Kira and Kiritsu very likely to interact, because we have not seen that at all. Wait, would killing Kenneth even actually... I don't think that would even defeat Lancer, would it? Would it? Well, no, he has the command spells. He has the command spells, so I think he's the one who has to be defeated, not the other woman who gives the mana, right? Unless he linked, like... he kept the command spells and somehow linked, like, Lancer to her. I don't think that's what happened, though. That's not the impression I was under. But we'll see. Man, at some point I actually need to just sit and like read and listen to the OP fully. I feel like I'm always talking over it. It's a really good OP. I feel like I say that like every time we start an episode, but it is. So it's the last person we want smoke with right now. Yeah, as a master, I'd say so. No, not quite, but valiant effort. It's about to get messy. He's cracked. Man, it's so striking to me how similar Ilya is to Iris. Oh, all right. But uh-oh. You just stay there and bleed, I guess. Is he reloading that thing? Nope. He broke through, bro. He wants you to turtle up. Once you turtle up, he reloading that thing? Yep. You might think that. Oh, that's true. So what he's saying there just wasn't enough mana? Oh. Is he trying to like run him out of mana? Force him into like a trying to checkmate him. Oh lord. How many of those things can he have on him? It was such a shock seeing how utterly cracked he is in Heaven's Feel. Nah, that's bait, bro. I feel like this is somehow bait. Did he even get hit, bro? Boy, double tap. You gotta be sure. That boy different. Sheesh. Maya getting worked. Sheesh, Kodamine. Boy's working Maya. No, that's not a surprise at all. Yeah, best of luck with that. You just. Hey, yo! I'd hope so. Oh my. It's fitting that an Einzbern would use magic like that, actually. Very fitting. Oh, caught in the strings. Oh my god. We'll see if that's enough, but you kind of got outplayed, Kirei. He's gonna bust out of that somehow. He's like, is he breaking the tree? How how is he even doing this? Like, what met is he kicking it? What is he doing? Yeah, Kirei's different. I can't believe Shiro actually has a chance to survive some of these hits, bro. Yeah, nah, you're done. Oh, yeah, perspective switch. It's fair. Dang. We know how strong Kirei is, but sheesh. It's always surprising. Hit it with your mana drainer. Just chuck that thing. And it's awfully convenient that they're not just on full on attack, but it's okay. Never that. You see, you might think that you got this. This dude's voice acting, he actually put in quite some work. I'm gonna clear the path for Lancer. So is that exactly what he did? Pierced it with the one that deletes mana. Yep. Oh my. Yep, you're toast. And now, what, Gilgamesh gonna steal the kill, or? That scream. I fully expect Gilgamesh to come in and kill steal. Bro, you're running out of mana. That's what he wants. Yeah, he's getting desperate now. He's not even searching for heartbeats. He's just knocking stuff down. No, he's not. Oh my, that's okay. This dude caught one blow. Got one blow, and this is where he's at now. He expected this. Oh, oh, what is that? So what? Caster got away. Yeah, I mean we can't just let you go help him. So I'm sorry. What? Like, unless this is the plan. If Saber, who are these? Huh? Oh my god. Oh, okay. Here's one of them. Sheesh. Yeah. Yikes. That is foul. What was that about the agony he was gonna die with? Bro. I suppose that is true. But even if he had killed Kenneth there, yikes. Oh, she was, though. Not dead yet, I guess. Oof. One last stomp. Oh! Jeez. I half expected this to be one of those anime moments where he's like, "You've been spared," and just leaves them. Shish kebabbed. Oh my. Not quite. There's no way that she. There's no way she actually is dead, right? Did she actually die here? There's no way. Jesus. Okay. Yeah. I think she's a little worse off. She's the one who got shanked. Oh. Okay, got it. Yeah, so it makes sense that she'd haven't. I completely forgot about that. Well, that's clutch. That was good thinking. Yeah, that's. I was gonna say. He just about whooped both of you. I'd be very shocked if Maya makes it out alive. We'll see, though. So, that was a pretty good episode, but I have a very big issue with this episode. I think anybody who actually watched the reactions knows exactly what it is. Saber letting Lancer go is tremendously stupid. So before, Saber being a little out of character really didn't bother me, right? Because, for the most part, it was just small, harmless scenes. But this is where it affected the story in a big way. If it wasn't for Saber's newfound, as far as I remember, if I'm misremembering things, guys, let me know in the comments. But I went through, and I mean, I was like, Saber was cool with doing 2v1s, right? She was cool with like, and she didn't want to fight anybody. She didn't just accept honorable duels, right? That wasn't who she was. Right, sure, she was a knight and she tried to fight with honor, right? But it wasn't like she didn't let it like affect the war really. That I can remember. Um, I I don't remember everything from Fate Stay Night. I'd have to go through each fight and kind of try to recall. But like, I can never remember a point where Saber like actively would let a servant escape, right? Due to a sense of honor and not like a, "Ugh, I'm badly wounded," or Shiro is badly wounded. We need to leave now, right? Just out of a sense of like, yeah, I'll just let him leave. I don't ever really remember that happening besides when she was told to let that happen, right? Like Archer and Tosaka, right? So Saber letting Lancer go defend his master, it just feels wrong, right? And like to me, that doesn't. Again, if I'm misremembering her character, let me know. That doesn't seem like something Saber would have done in Fate Stay Night to me, right? Like given how badly she wants the Grail, right? This is her chance to defeat Lancer. You know, like it was like Lancer. If she had just held him off for literally like seconds, mere seconds, right? Lancer's master is dead and Lancer is gone. And so Lancer is still alive only because Saber made in my opinion, out of character decision, and that's a little frustrating. Um, that's a little frustrating to me. I'd have to go through more of Fate Stay Night to be sure this really is out of character, but I can't remember Saber doing something like that, right? Like I feel like she would never let somebody like willingly escape. So it just feels wrong to me. Besides that, I enjoyed the episode, honestly. Um, like and them in the forest and running into Kirei. Kiritsugu going toe to toe with Kenneth and using that like magic piercing attack, and then the one that like fries his magic circuits, his origin bullet. Um, like that was really cool. It was really cool. And it should have ended to me in the defeat of Lancer's master. Um, but obviously that forest scene is, while the action was amazing in the mansion scene, the forest scene was, I think, probably more interesting to me. Like from a story standpoint. So we see Iris kind of use some magic, obviously. She's not just helpless. But the big thing is like Kirei can't he can't understand why like they would defend him, right? Why they would defend Kiritsugu. Because to him, Kiritsugu's just like him, like empty inside. He doesn't get it. And so he can't believe that two people would care for him, right, and defend him of their own will. Because I think he basically said like, literally like right here, Amy Kiritsugu's like me, understood and acknowledged by nobody and empty to the core. Um, so that's just how he sees it, and I mean that's very interesting to me. Right, like, he truly cannot get why they were there defending him, um, at all, and that's really interesting to me. I mean, in a way, it kind of feels wrong that he's understood and acknowledged by nobody because his wife literally understood and acknowledged him. But okay. Again, this Kirei feels like it just feels like a lot of the revelations he'd made much earlier in the Fate Stay Night like timeline don't happen here. Until now, right? Because he's either willfully ignoring that or it didn't happen in like the Fate Zero continuity, and I don't know. because I mean his wife truly did understand who he was and accepted him, even despite that fact that he like relished in the suffering of people, couldn't take pleasure from normal means by having a family, right? You know, he did have somebody that understood him. um but I don't know, those, I guess now that I think about it, that's kind of frustrating, because Kirei does feel different here as well. And I mean, this is a pretty big one. Kirei, again, Kirei's is a concession to make the plot work a bit better. To have another character with an arc and to keep them like him and Kiritsugu, I'm sure they're gonna have ideological clashes, especially as Kirei realizes who he is. And I get that, but based on what we know of Fate Stay Night, this should not be happening at this point. So it does feel wrong. But it's not as bad to me as Saber being out of character and actively preventing somebody from dying because of it. I still really enjoyed the forest scene. And of course, we got Iris was lucky to have the sheath there. That thing's quite overpowered. What else? Obviously, the fight. They seem to have destroyed Castor's noble phantasm through the use of the spear that like cancels mana, which is, I mean, that's huge. Castor's not out of it, but without his legion of demons, I can't see him being much of a real threat from here on out, right? He did have that kind of like blood rain there to escape, but I can't see him like surviving and doing much, you know. But I don't know, maybe next episode somebody will die. Who knows? Oh, one other thing I wanted to touch on before we move on to the next episode, because I kind of have given most of my thoughts about this episode. Yeah, that was actually it right there. Just the way she's posing. Obviously, she's literally the mother of Ilya, so it makes sense that Ilya looks a lot like her. But it's kind of cool. I feel like they use a lot of the similar poses, right? Even, right, like the hands behind her back, leaning over a little. Like Ilya does that, right? And the little head turn with the eyes closed. Ilya does exactly those, right? And I think that's a cool callback to Fate Stay Night. Because I mean, beyond just looking similar, right, is strikingly similar with the white hair and like the same outfit. They even go down to the poses and stuff. I think that's super cool. That was just something I kind of wanted to bring up earlier, and his stuff started going down, so I stopped. But anyways, I don't know how I feel about this episode. It was a solid. It was fun to watch. I think I would have enjoyed it a lot as a neutral observer, right? But Saber's action felt tremendously stupid regarding Lancer's Master. To me, I feel like I don't normally make statements this bold, so if anybody disagrees with me, man, I've been kind of hammering this one home, that I wasn't a huge fan of that. But to me, it makes it a lot harder to enjoy this episode, because it felt like, it was building up to the defeat of Lancer's Master, and Saber acting out of character stopped that, and I'm like, ugh. Or to me, out of character at least. I don't remember Saber's character perfectly, so if I'm wrong, and I'm just not remembering Saber's character correctly, I would love to see examples of like Saber really caring about like chivalry to that point. Maybe they're there. I don't remember them though. It's been a while since I played Fate Stay Night, so if I'm wrong, forgive me. I feel like I made some kind of strong statements based on what I thought I remembered. But it was a lot harder for me to enjoy the episode because of that. So I'll enjoy it a lot more if I can find a reason that Saber wasn't out of character. But as it is, it kind of brings this episode down a lot for me. I feel like this is a highlight of the show if you haven't played Fate Stay Night yet. Because you see Kirei and you see that ideological conflict building up, and that fight scene, and sure, right, like Lancer's master got away, but that means that duel is secured for the future. I feel like if you haven't played Stay Night, that's really cool, and it's quite probably even the highlight of the show so far. But with my experience, at least, it's just a lot of the stuff just feels wrong, you know. But anyways, that's my takes on episode 8. Let's go ahead and move to episode 9 now. Before I start repeating stuff even more. So, all right, for those of you who are following along, go ahead and pull up your episode 9. And you know, obviously this we're going to go ahead and begin the countdown. So we're going to start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, this is going to be the final episode of the day. Oh, what is this? Oof. Deer mode's a menace for that. So charming. Accidentally charmed what the wife of his leader. It's like you're getting shanked. It's in Deermud's headspace. That lines up. I mean, with Fate Stay Night, you know, we saw that with Saber. You know, they'd have dreams of their own servant. I think we saw that with Rin a few times as well. I keep wanting to call her Tosaka because that's what I called her for the entirety of the game. But now that there's like another Tosaka here, that doesn't work as well. I mean, you all know who I mean if I'm talking about Fate Stay Night and say Tosaka, but still. I will say though, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the other masters in action, like Tokiomi and the Mato Master. The Mato Master in particular, I feel like is gonna, and I hope that's a highlight of the show. I feel like it probably will be, but God, he's just, I feel so bad for that dude. Where where is he? Boy is restrained. Yikes. Yeah. Yeah, it's a miracle they didn't die after that, but oh, yikes. That's got to be a fate worse than death for him. That's it. You just got to win. Yeah, it's like you got to have a lot of trust for that. If it's his best shot at winning, he might. He cares about that duel, but he seeks some duels. He just wants some ones. Odds that she kills him or takes them somehow. About to start breaking his fingers. Yep. Yikes. She's gonna torture him. That's great. Yikes. Kenneth getting messed up. Poor dude. I mean, I didn't like him, but sheesh. Let's hope he sees it that way. Oh my god, he's trying to solo. Sheesh. Yeah, that's true. Goodness. That is quite the mentality to have. He's willing to let the few die to save the many. Which, I mean, is a mentality we've seen before. Oh, stop staring into his eyes. The boy does not care. Chad behavior. He just said no. Oh, she's pulling that card. Yikes. Yeah, no. Mm. Hey, yo. What is he about to do? I feel like he's about to kill him. Now, what's. That's the idea. Too bad they always end in excess bloodshed of innocence. No. So far, it hasn't really felt like it. Like, I haven't really used her all that much. Does he have a drinking buddy? No way. Oh my god. What? Bro, he cannot believe this. Bro, Waver cannot believe this. He bought the pants, bro. Dude. Bro. Waver just, he's killing me. Is he dragging him? No, he's dragging a dresser. Okay. There's something. That's a valid point. Yeah, you'd think. What is he testing? Hmm. Eventually, one of them isn't going to turn red. And yep, kind of like a turning point. So somebody, that might be where they're hiding. Yeah, it's clever. I mean, he has a point. Goodness. Boy just trying to walk out in some jeans and a sword. I was really hoping that they would transition to somebody just like barging in. He's got to earn his keep. He got those pants, bro. He got those pants, bro. Oh, they're really just going for it, huh? Oh my. They're riding in. I guess that fits. Only a few minutes left in the episode. There's no way he gets defeated. But I can see it in the next set of episodes. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Don't you dare. He's gonna regret this. Maybe this is the start of his arc. Ugh. Goodness. He did. He warned you. Yeah. No, that's fair. No, he's clearly downtrodden, man. Oh, snap. Dang. No, sir. Oh, yikes. Surrounded by assassin. No, that's fair. The why doesn't matter. An assassin works best if you don't know they're coming, so. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, this assassin seems quite dangerous. The shadows. Jeez, man. Just destroying it all. That's just horrifying. I mean, those kids will like never get like never gonna be recovered. That's terrible. You just sunned him again. Yeah. What's Kira about to do? I feel like that flashback didn't happen for no reason. Never mind. I mean, he might still have a plan. Okay. That was an episode. All right. Well, I was. Oh, I mean, that was a pretty good episode. Not a ton happened. We saw obviously Waver and Ryder start kind of going into the fray. Um, Actually, I mean, I can't say that not a lot happened. There wasn't like a lot of like crazy action. That doesn't mean that there wasn't much that happened. Obviously, so obviously the biggest stuff was right there at the end. I'd say. Waver and Ryder roll into the hideout of Castor, and they find all those kids, man. And man, just horrifying to think about. First of all, but it's horrifying to think about. But we obviously also have Assassin reveal themselves to Waver. That is his name, right? Pretty sure it is. They said it, so. This scene was actually just so funny to me though. Come on, give me a name, please. For some reason, I think I remember them saying that, but Waver. Unless that's like a fake name, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's his name. But you know, yeah, it was too much for him. But now he knows like everything about Castor's hideout. Just oh man, I don't know anybody that wouldn't be too much for though. I mean, that would be too much for Shiro. Like, I don't know anybody else who can see a tragedy like that and like not react really. But excuse me. They find out that Assassin is still alive, so they have a lot of information now. And that's kind of huge. They could become like central players from here. We saw the story of Deermud, right, and his death, and obviously Kaneth. He can't be the master anymore, really. I mean, because all of his magic circuits got annihilated. He'll never be able to do magic again. And Lancer, he seemed worried that he was gonna like repeat what happened in his life, right? With like, I guess what accidentally taking the girl of his master, running away with him, right? But I mean, interesting stuff there. It's safe to assume we're gonna have a new master, but for Lancer, like, I mean, we know he has a new master. It's not safe to assume. Question. It looks like he's gonna follow her at this point, but it looks like he still has a lot of loyalty to Kaneth, so there might be some interesting stuff going on there. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't trust Kaneth's wife. I don't know. but yeah, as he's kind of over him and saying, I don't want to repeat that fate, but like, and saying he's gonna like, I'd assume move on with the new master. It kind of transitions. And obviously we kind of we saw Saber and Iris's like debate there. Over like Kiritsugu has just decided like he is just gonna go box Lancer's master, and that Saber's gonna stay here. But yeah, obviously like Saber wants to mobilize and stop the deaths of all those children, but in Kiritsugu's eyes, he's okay with that, with those kids dying, right? To achieve what he has to, right? Because in his eyes, the few being sacrificed is worth it, right? You know, right there. That's the line right there. Saving a few or even a few dozen children isn't our goal. So this mentality is obviously very reminiscent of Archer, especially like Unlimited Blade Works Archer, right? Who was willing to sacrifice the town to help defeat Berserker. Let Caster do what she was doing, right? Because in his eyes that minimized the loss in the long run, right? And that's exactly Kiritsugu's mentality. So obviously that's very interesting, because that means that Archer Shiro is essentially Shiro who became like this version of Kiritsugu, right? Oh, I thought I accidentally stopped recording. Whoops. Because they have like a higher goal. So it's really interesting. And I mean, we kind of knew that already, but it's just interesting to see. You know, like that little, like another ideological clash, right? And we already discussed this. And then right there, Saber's obviously not happy with this decision to sacrifice those people. Even if, like, in the long run, right, it might be fine, right? To prioritize Lancer so that she can fight at full strength. She doesn't want to sacrifice the children to accomplish that. So that's just another big thing. We know that they did not get along, and it's, I mean, they just have fundamentally different opinions. Saber values that life. Well, Kiritsugu really doesn't value those individual lives, right? He, in his eyes, he's always seen it as, if you want to play the hero, there's always a group you can't save, right? That's kind of how he sees it, very like utilitarian. That he'll sacrifice the few to save the many, right? And like, he doesn't want to risk potentially Saber getting defeated in the process, right, of accomplishing that, and not being able to save the many. Saber wants to save everyone, and so like Kiritsugu, he's accepted the cost, right, and is deciding not to go for Caster first. Whereas Saber is trying to almost kind of be like Shiro and is like the, you screw it, we're saving everyone, you know. It's just kind of interesting, kind of the parallels here. But this is a pretty good episode. A lot of fun. I'm really enjoying a lot of Waver's screen time. He's the new character that I'm most intrigued by. I mentioned this in a comment. But I could, out of all the new characters, I think he's probably the most likely, in my eyes, to get like an arc and survive, or at least the one I hope does. Because at this point, there's a non-zero chance Kana survives too, actually, but never is able to accomplish anything again. But whatever, right? He survives, maybe. But I could see, Waver getting like a legit arc as he becomes like stronger, more confident, right, in himself. Especially, I feel like eventually Ryder's gonna kind of like rub off on him a bit. He's gonna maybe not act like Ryder, but at least closer to Ryder. Be able to put on that strong face right when he needs to. Um, I think that would be awesome. And I was kind of saying, I obviously I have no clue if any Zero characters return in Hollow Ataraxia. I don't know if anyone returns in Hollow Ataraxia actually. I'd assume so. But I don't have any guarantee. I don't have a clue. And let's keep it that way, please. So, but if a Zero character is gonna return, I think I'd love to see Waver again. But there's not even a guarantee he survives. He very well could be dead. But anyways, yeah. So that's this episode. And that's the set of 4 done for the day. So, for the most part, I really enjoyed the episodes today. I think it's pretty obvious that I didn't love episode 8, and it was mainly because of one decision. This is where some of those character differences are like they're really coming into play, and I don't really like that. I don't love it. It's easier to stomach with the idea that this may not be the same continuity. So I see why a lot of people hold on to that belief. Because this does not feel like the Saber we know. And I mean, maybe that's because of the results of this war, right? Maybe that's why Saber has changed so much. Possibly. But Kirei, that one makes no sense, right? But even still with Saber, it's kind of hard to stomach that. When her ultimate goal is the Grail, she'd be willing to make some of the concessions that she's making, like letting Lancer go there and essentially saving Lancer's master when Lancer could have been dead there. I don't know. I guess the idea that she changed because of Phase Zero, it's not a bad one. But it's still kind of hard to watch in the moment. Because she is very different. But overall, though, I still did enjoy, despite not being a huge fan of what happened in episode 8. I still did really enjoy everything. I'm really surprised nobody's dead yet, but I feel like there's no way we get through the set of the next set of 4 with nobody dead. I said the same thing like last time, though. I figured somebody would be dead by now. Nope, no servants have died. No servants, no masters. I mean, Kaneth is practically dead, but he's not actually dead. So we're a bit over a third of the way in now. No deaths. So stuff's got to pick up soon, right? And there was like a season split after the next 4. So, I mean, something's got to go down. Before then is how I see it. There's no way like they split this into 2 seasons and there was not a single death before the second one started, right? There's no way. There's no way. But anyways, that's all we got time for today. It was a solid set of episodes, despite episode 8 not being my favorite. I was really enjoying everything else. A lot of the fights are really well animated. There's some interesting ideological stuff going on. Even if I'm not a huge fan of Kirei getting his arc here, I can stomach that to an extent because, like, it just makes for a better show for people who don't know Stay Night, I suppose. Like, to see him get his arc. A Saber, though, is weird, but like I said, it could just be a result. Like, maybe she was just different before Zero. I feel like she never would have been, like, this obsessed with honor, right? But, I don't know. I can see where different people would have different takes on that. But there's no need for me to repeat this anymore. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reactions. I enjoyed the episodes for the most part. I'm looking forward to the next set of 4. Even if I wasn't a huge fan of episode 8, I'm still enjoying Fate Zero as a whole so far. So I'm excited to go ahead and end up jumping into the next 4. So until that happens, peace.